My dad loves his forest. I remember 30, 40 years ago going peeling with my dad. We'd find some nice trees, but they'd be a quarter mile from the road. And it was a lot of work packing the bark out to the pickups. When I was 6 or 7, my granddad was still alive, and he'd have us picking up the bark and laying it out. And it's just something we've done for so long, it's just kind of in our blood. Cascara bark is harvested from the Cascara tree. It grows predominantly between southern British Columbia down to northern California along the coast. The tree that's harvested is probably 4 to 6 inches diameter, and is probably 10 to 20 years old. You see it along farm fields, you see it along highways, you see it on logged off areas. When the timber companies clear cut a piece of property, they immediately replant it with conifers, and then Mother Nature will also replant it with a lot of Cascara trees. Those trees will compete very well with the conifer trees for the first 20, 25 years of the forest life. The trees are harvested when the sap is running, generally from mid-May to mid-August. People use what we call a bark peel or a bark spud, and it's generally a heavy knife, and it's not a sharp knife. It has a point on it that sticks out maybe about 1/8 of an inch, and that's used to make a line in the bark. And then it generally has a curve so that you can kind of pry the bark, get the bark started by kind of prying it off the tree. And if it's slipping well, the sap's running well, you get it started and you just take your hands and move your hands around it, and it'll just kind of pop off the tree. We grind it up in its green state into probably 3 or 4 inch chunks, and then we put it into our dry kilns. We dump our trays in our warehouse, and then we regrind it again into probably like about 1/4 inch minus chunks, and then we put it in burlap sacks, and there's about 70, 75 pounds per bag. Yeah, it's about 25 pounds of lifting to produce 1 pound of dried Cascara bark. So if we produce 10,000 pounds of finished product in a day, our crew's lifted 250,000 pounds. It keeps you busy. If you're not busy in life, I think you're missing out on something. It's good, hard, honest work.